Yeah, I got some flack from my mom about that. I was very uncomfortable.
That was one of my favorite.
Pretty fucked up now that I think about it, actually. I was cold-blooded shit. Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to another episode and the season finale of Memes and Dreams. My name's Adam El-Sadi, and here with me I have Jason Arnold.
Hey yo.
And we're going to be hitting it up for the 10th and final time of this season. Mm-hmm. Now, if you've been following us from the beginning, thank you so much for sticking around. It's been a good 10 episodes, and I'm really excited for what we're going to be talking about today and all the content that we have for you. So, Jason, you want to kind of give us an overview here, and then we'll get into it?
Got a pretty stacked episode, I would say. We're going to do, instead of meme of the week, doing meme of the year.
Yeah.
We're talking a little NFL and fantasy football again. Gonna talk about some video games. And then the, total crazy year of music that we've had.
Yeah. Let's see, we got an album from every single person in the world.
Yeah.
My grandma sent me an album. her mixtape, and
it's fire.
It was fire, yeah.
And then gonna do a review of Memes and Dreams, the 10 episodes. And then we have a little special interview that we did with one of our friends. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And yeah. Yeah,
it's gonna be pretty cool. We teamed up with Facebook streamer FabKZK. That's FABKZK, and we're going to be discussing the streaming industry in an interview where we talk about his switch from Twitch over to Facebook streaming and the roles that all of the games that we're going to talk about here in a little bit have played in the streaming industry to get it to where it is at the end of 2018 versus the early beginnings of 2018. So.
All right, well, let's get into it.
Cool.
You want to start them off with Meme of the Year?
Yes, so.
And this is a special one because it started off when we were kids, mm-hmm. and now it's come back at such a big thing in pop culture. Mm-hmm. And it's crazy to see because that would have been the last thing I thought of. That would be one of the biggest things in pop culture this year.
So we're going to be discussing for the Meme of the Year, just like Jason was saying, this is something that we've grown up with. I think it's the reason why it's such a relatable character for a set of memes. Rather than one specific meme, it's something that we were able to look at in the full year and even leading up to this year, and we could both agree that this kind of takes the cake.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So we decided to do SpongeBob. And, in the wake of Steven Hillenburg's passing, I think it's appropriate that, we kind of pay our respects. We pay tribute to the TV show that is part of all of us. And we all grew up with it. It spawned so many memes. So we're going to be talking about those right now. So the first one here. These are all going to be... They're all the SpongeBob memes specifically because there's so many. So let's take a look here. All right, Jason, you want to do the first one?
Yeah, first one's gonna be the mocking one where he's kind of bent over mocking. I've used it a couple times in our group chat.
Can I talk to the manager?
Yeah, just whatever somebody says, you just respond back with that, and you're like, fuck.
And it was so good because of his face is all like, meh. Yeah, that was good. Great. That was a great screen grab too.
Yeah.
I wonder what it was like for the person who got it and was like,
oh my god,
holy shit. So okay. The next one that we want to talk about is the one with it's SpongeBob with his hand up against the wall, breathing heavily, and that's one that we can use for any tense situation or real nerve-wracking moment. We was, ooh man, that's That's a doozy. That one's really cool. I like that one, and we've also used that in the group chat before too. Pretty clutch.
And then next we have it's from the same scene of the last one, and it's Patrick looking down at him. And you just got that evil stare. He's like,
yep.
Got you where I want you now.
And that one's applicable
I think that was like one of the first ones that like really blew up.
Yeah. Yeah. When everyone was saying the Patrick meme.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think that was one that like started it, and so that was another big one.
One of the ones that we've seen like all over, both I think last year and this year, has been the caveman SpongeBob, where he's like, oh. And so like the lead up for it's always like, oh hey, like here's something that's like totally just throws you completely off. So you drop a SpongeBob caveman gift. And so that one's pretty solid. That one's still going strong. I've seen that like around.
Yeah.
Like here and there, I've seen it still.
Still going strong.
Mm-hmm. And then let's see what else we got. We're still going here. There's so many.
Next we got the Mr. Krabs, where he shook. He literally looks.
And the whole thing's like it has the motion blur for the spin. He's like,
what? That's like a what the fuck just happened? Like, excuse the fuck out of me.
And then lastly we have and there's more. It's just these are the ones that we picked for the podcast. There's the one where like SpongeBob doesn't have any of his pores and he's like smoothed over. He's like, "Hi, it's nice to meet you." That one's fucking dope because like it's where we've all had that moment where it's like walking into an interview,
like your customer service face.
Yep. Hi there, how's it going? So that was another. God, they're all so good.
Yeah.
So yeah,
it's crazy just like how we like set it up. Like we watched this as kids growing up, never thought we'd see it again, and then all of a sudden SpongeBob meme craze hit hard
because like the people who are making memes and the people who have the jobs in graphic design like grew up watching SpongeBob.
Yeah. It was pretty dope to see that come back.
Yeah.
And I think that's why we chose it for meme of the year.
Yeah. R.I.P. to the creator.
Yeah.
And what a great show. What a great like that was like part of our childhood.
Yeah.
Right? That was like a huge part of our childhood. Yeah. So that's and if you'd like, you can actually, if you want to comment or share your favorite SpongeBob meme, and we'll be able to feature those, take a look at them. Like they'll be up on our video, but let us know what which ones you love to use, which ones you have saved in your camera roll, ready to have locked and loaded. Like
I've got about 90.
Yeah, same. They're so good, they're timeless.
Yeah.
So moving forward, next up we have the playoff race in the NFL as well as fantasy updates. Jason, you want to kick it?
Yeah. So I think the last time we talked about football,
it's been a while.
I was about ready to kill myself.
Yep.
How the Cowboys are going.
Yeah.
Suicidal Jason was in full effect.
Had to put a lot of disclaimers on that video.
But now, Cowboys have won 4 in a row. They beat one of the best teams in the NFL last week. Things are looking good, which means it's all going to be set up for me to come crumbling down.
It's true. That's exactly, yeah. We're all looking forward to it.
But I'm going to live in the present right now.
Yeah. Live in the moment.
We're first place in the NFC East, which means that we do have a playoff spot currently. Playing the Eagles on Sunday. Fucking hate them so goddamn much. So if we win that game, we'll pretty much secure a playoff spot, and my life will be happy.
Do you feel like there are any significant differences between this season that has, provided them with the opportunity to kind of advance like this that's different than what you've seen before?
I think part of it has to do with the trade that we did. We acquired Amari Cooper from Oakland, and I think he's made a pretty big difference in our game offensively, and it's because now he's getting looked at by defenses. People are paying attention to him, and then that opens up room for Zeke to run. So they equal out each other, and then also we actually have a defense this year that's finishing games, which we haven't had in a long time. Like
defense, huh?
Yeah. So it's nice to see that. So if they keep playing like this, Look out, because here comes the Cowboys to win the Super Bowl. So
As a Texans fan, I'm pretty comfortable
Fan.
with the defense that we have. I think we have a pretty solid situation.
yeah.
Fan. Yeah, I don't watch their games, but I silently root for them.
Oh yeah. And then also, one of the best storylines of this year is that the Packers are sucking, which just brings me so much joy. It doesn't matter how bad the Cowboys
I
could
thought
do.
you were a cheesehead.
Get the fuck out of here. Doesn't matter how bad the Cowboys are doing. If the Packers are sucking also, that brings me joy. And they fired their head coach. Things are getting so bad. So that brings me a lot of joy because I love to see them suffer because he's ruined my life so many times. So
Speaking of ruining your life, how's that fantasy game going?
well, I was doing good until last week.
Yikes.
But I'm in the playoffs as well as you. So shout out to you.
I snuck in there. I snuck in there on the quiet.
I did not expect you to have that good of a year.
It's like when
So
you play
props.
pool and you act like you're fucking bad at it.
Fucking sandbag.
And then, yeah, I've been doing some research here and there.
So-
See that Kiki Kati pickup?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, moist. I'll say it. So yeah, fantasy's been cool.
Yeah. It's gonna be tough to beat David. I know that's for sure.
Yeah, he's our commish, right?
Yeah.
Stupid.
We got the best team.
I love him so much.
But yeah, fantasy's been good this year. I was supposed to have the number 2 seed in a bye week, but I screwed up last week.
Yeah.
So now I have to play somebody to get to play David. That's my like if I win, congrats. You have to play the best person in the league.
Yeah.
Like-
So congrats, fuck you.
Right.
By the way, didn't know there was a $50 buy-in. I got that request from our commissioner, and I was like,
We said that when we started.
yeah, like years ago.
That's your fault.
And then I got this $50 request. I was like,
Sure. If you win, it means big money.
I pay my dues. So, yeah. So, okay. I think we covered that pretty well. All right. Moving on. So here's this guy. Let's talk video games for a second. This year has been a pretty content-packed year from different facets of the entertainment industry, be it movies, TV shows, music, and of course video games. So I think we should just take a moment to check those out. We talked about it before. We talked about it again. Fortnite. It's kind of a crazy game this year.
Blew up.
I didn't expect it to blow up as much as it did.
It's still going.
Yeah.
I thought by now it would have died out.
Nope. There's tournaments now. There's sponsorships. And there's a real career out of Fortnite. That's one of the things that at the end of this video we'll be talking to Fabian about. It's kind of like the opportunity to really find a career doing something like this, and how Fortnite's kind of a base game for that. It's been around. Streaming's been around for a while, but Fortnite's really just it's kind of really what put it in the forefront.
Yeah.
We got World War II last year.
Yeah.
So we're playing that into this year. And then this year we got Black Ops 4. How do you feel about Black Ops 4? I mean, what's your...
I like it. I would be playing a lot more if it wasn't for Red Dead.
Okay.
But
Fair.
but Black Ops 4 is pretty cool. It's just got a cool vibe to it. It's kind of like World War II, where it's like Call of Duty I can actually play.
Yeah, it's one of the better ones of the series.
Yeah.
We can say that.
The
And-
only thing I don't like about it is the no campaign, because the
Yeah.
Black Ops campaign were pretty fun.
Yeah, they completely removed the campaign.
Yeah.
Huh? It was just zombies, battle royale, and multiplayer.
Yeah,
Which is kind of crazy. It's a weird take at a game, but
shows how much a battle royale can affect
they
gaming.
they replaced the campaign with battle royale
Yeah.
essentially. That's bonkers. And we'll talk about Red Dead here in a second, but before we do, I want to mention Spider-Man.
The Spider-Mans.
What a fucking great game!
I'm still playing it.
It's currently the best, in my opinion. It's the best superhero game that's available.
Oh yeah,
Like,
without a doubt.
and it's hard to say because Arkham Asylum gave us so much. It gave us free flow. It gave us stealth modes that were legit, and it made Batman look like a fucking baller. So this game managed to do the same thing with Spider-Man. And I think that that they deserve props. Insomniac Games murdered it He murdered it, and I can't wait for the second one to come out.
It's gonna be dope.
Let me know when you finish the campaign, dude. Of course, we have Red Dead Redemption 2.
That's all I've been doing.
And the thing is, like, God of War won Game of the Year. Okay, cool.
It's bullshit.
God of War looks amazing. God of War looks fantastic, and it plays well for sure. So props to them. Congratulations. But I think Red Dead Redemption is the best video game I've ever played in my life.
For sure.
Safe to say that, right?
Yeah.
The scope of what you can do in that game, the gravity
How
of the decisions you
realistic
make. Exactly. Like I've never played a game that made me as uncomfortable as Red Dead Redemption has. And I think that's kind of huge, right?
Yeah, that's a good thing.
What's the first thing that you did when you first got to like free roam in Red Dead?
Fucking shoot people.
People! I'm over here like, oh, we went hunting? Yeah, so, okay, you decided to murder people.
Yeah.
Popular route. I took the same. Killed a bunch of people. And how far are you in the story?
I'm in chapter 4.
Damn.
Almost done with chapter 4.
And how full do you feel from the game? Like, how
I feel
satisfied
like,
are you
I'm
with
really
it?
satisfied, but I know there's still a lot more to do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because I'm right around that too. So we got a lot.
And then they just came out with online also.
Sheesh! Yeah. The
Like-
online for Red Dead looks phenomenal, but I can't even touch it yet.
Yeah.
I can't even touch
Like,
it.
I want to play it, but I also, like, this is like Call of Duty is like, I want to play the campaign. I know
Yeah.
I just complained that they didn't have it. Like, I want to play it, but
I don't have that time.
yeah.
We
It's
got
like-
stuff to do, man.
Yeah, it's like I want to play it online in Call of Duty. It's the opposite for this. I want to play the campaign first. And then I'll do online.
That's exactly what I've been.
Yeah.
Yep. And I think that's just a testament to like how big this game is, and you can't do something this big without doing it absolutely right, and they did it
And
absolutely
they
right.
put a lot of time into it. Like, they got in trouble for how much their
Yeah.
workers put in time for it.
It was 5 years in the making too.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole thing was just like a massive project, and they dropped it, and they dropped it, and it came out amazing. They did it, like they nailed it, and it's Rockstar Games deserves props. It deserved Game of the Year. That's obvious, even over Fortnite. I'll say it because in terms of like infrastructure, okay, yeah, Fortnite for what like how much it expands outside of just the video game genre, but we're talking core video games, the essence of a video game, what you can do in it. Yeah, I think that's Red Dead. Is there anything else that like really came out that was like noteworthy? Oh, Battlefront 2. Psych, that game fucking blew. Not gonna talk about that. We won't cover any sports games because nothing. I mean, casual updates, upgrades.
Yeah,
I think
those are the major games.
those are the main ones, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So then, let's talk music. Yeah.
The glorious year, the music that we had.
Sweets. Yeah, we're doing good there. Perfect. Yeah, let's chat about the year of
was-
music we had.
We're in like the golden age of music right now.
Yeah.
Like, everybody's coming out with hits. Like,
Yeah.
albums of hits.
Hits and bangers, classics.
Beef was
Singles.
squashed.
Yeah. Like what? So okay, all right. Let's do this. Just to make it easy, let's say top 3 albums of the year. And if you can't think of them right now, I can start out.
I think I'm gonna come up with them.
Yeah.
Beer bongs and Bentleys for sure. Young Sinatra 4. And then what else? I really
3.
liked Trench from 21 Pilots. That's just like a chill out. Just like a chill out.
Really
album
took a
for
right
me.
turn there, huh, Jason? Okay, all right, yeah. Turn
But your old 21 Pilots are way better.
Oh my God! Get the fuck out of this podcast, please. Jeez.
No, that's just like a.
The old 21 Pilots look good.
That's just like an album just to chill out to.
All right. I'll check it out. Sure.
All right, so if not that, then I say "Swimming" by Mac R&B.
Oh, okay.
I listened to it today, like the whole thing.
Yeah.
Again, like I was like, I can see why he's nominated.
Yeah. Yeah, so I would say my top 3 is my number
I guess
one
Kid C Ghost
is
yay.
number 1. Yeah, but no. The Kanye fan in me wants to say, yeah, Kid C Ghost. Well, actually, yay for personal reasons. Kid C Ghost, and then Daytona, of course, absolutely. But realistically, I'm actually going to spread out a little more than that because I do want to. It was a big year for music for everybody, so I don't want to like leave anybody out that really nailed it this year. So here's what I'll say. I get my phone. Oh, phone's there. So my top 3, my number 1, just in general, and this is just simple playability, like for the longevity of the album, and you know, like so. I will say that one's Kid C Ghost. That's my number 1. Yes, hands down. Kid C Ghost is good.
Debatable.
Well, it was my number 1 for the year. So we'll put that up there. But then expanding outside of that, I would say. This is kind of tricky now. It's easier to go with the Kanye ones. Okay. All right. Okay. Outside of that, if I'm really giving it some thought. Okay. Okay. Hold on. This is harder than I thought it would be. Okay. How about this? I gotta see this. Okay.
This is bad
Kid C
radio.
Ghost. Number 1. It's just there's so much. There's so much that came out. All right. I really gotta go through it, and I gotta see it because I can't. I gotta give them like a good consideration. I'm not just gonna skip over like anything. Like I got. There's a lot of good stuff that I mess with this year. Okay. Let's see here. Let's see.
Ooh. Astro
Okay.
World.
Astroworld.
I forgot about that one.
Astroworld. It's my number 2. Astroworld's my number 2. Kid C Ghost, Astroworld, and the third and final one would be. Hold on, it's coming. You know what?
I will say like Sicko Mode was like Song of the Year.
Sicko Mode, yeah. I can definitely agree with that. That's hands down. You know what? Yeah. For number 3, I pick Young Sinatra 4.
Oh.
I'm gonna give it to Logic for that one, and the reason why is because Logic's always like he's a successful rapper, and he's got a lot of nuance in his rap, which is why I like him. He's a character, you know, through and through. It's kind of like watching like early Eminem with like the skits, with the goofiness. Like I really like that, but he's also managed to drop bangers and hard hitters. Young Sinatra 4 is really just, it's a statement of like, I can do this. This is like a gritty fucking ode to all of my, like the mixtapes that got me started. And I can do it so well that I'll leave you listening to this all year long. And when I think about it overall, when I think about all year albums that have longevity, that really made it, it's Kid C Ghost, it's Astroworld, and it's Young Sinatra 4. Those are my top 3.
I can respect it.
Cool.
Who were you all surprised by?
Who are we surprised by?
Like,
Oh, I have mine.
yeah.
Go.
Mike Will made it. The Creed 2 album, like not the soundtrack, but the album is awesome. And I listen to it as much as I listen to the Black Panther album, which I listen to a shitload because Kendrick did such a good job with that. And Mike Will made it. I'm not really a Mike Will made it kind of fan, and I'm still like I'm banging the shit out of it. I would say that. That's my pick.
Who were you disappointed by?
Disappointed by?
Like maybe you didn't deliver.
Wait, you don't get to.
Oh.
I have my
Yeah.
disappointed by.
Let's see. The song or the album I like really liked. I didn't think I would. It was Meek Mill, the new one that just came out.
Champions?
Yeah,
True.
that's a fucking great album.
True.
Yeah.
Like it's after like I looked at him as a joke after all the Drake stuff happened.
Yeah, his bounce back from that Drake beef was phenomenal.
He
All you have to do
handled
is go to
it
jail.
correctly. Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Go to
That-
jail and your fucking rep skyrockets.
Yeah,
like a
and-
motherfucker.
And he knew to take advantage of that and release an album like this way.
Yeah, and squashes beef with Drake.
Squash the Beef with Drake.
Made a fire song with him.
Yep.
So
Dude, Lil Wayne was my surprise.
Lil Wayne was definitely yeah. You
like
know what?
that was just like
it finally
wasn't
happened.
Like, it wasn't like an amazing album, but it was just like
because we've been
huge
waiting for it for like
surprise,
5
like-
ye's.
Yeah.
yeah. But anything that Lil Wayne's put out,
It's been so
it's-
quiet. Yeah, it's like
it's
this
like
is
you're-
garbage.
yeah, you're like hoping he'd have like some sort of like part in the song where like, damn, alright, he's back.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of little moments of that, but
The
the
album he really does
production
it
of just of Part 5 was,
for that many songs too.
Yeah.
oh my god, it was like 20 some, right?
That's how you do like a long album.
Yeah.
I wasn't a Scorpion fan,
There's a
and
little
I've
bit of
talked about
everything.
this before, but Lil Wayne nailed it.
There's a little bit of everything. It was like
Yeah, it was all, it was
like
everywhere.
any mood that you wanted to be in, there's a song for it there.
Yeah, there's Mona Lisa from a Bump, or if you want to get like real spacey, you got Travis Scott on Let It Fly.
Let It Fly.
Yeah.
You got like, you know, I mean that's
Did
a
one
bunch.
with Posty.
He's got good samples with like a lot of those that production too. At the very end, that one song where it's like, where it's like the guy singing "Let It All Work Out."
Yeah.
That's good too.
What about Disappointment?
Disappointment. I'm gonna give my biggest disappointment that I was like pretty excited
I
for.
think we got the same one.
Oh, I have one.
I don't think you think of one. Which one did you say?
Anderson Paak.
Yeah.
No, Oxnard.
Yeah.
Auction was
I don't like one or two songs from
could
it.
have been way better.
Yeah.
I
Based
think-
off of Malibu, like
Oh yeah, he dropped the heater right there.
yeah.
I'm gonna go ASAP Rocky. He released an album this year.
Yeah.
Do you remember he released an album?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
It happened in between
I will
Daytona
say,
and
A$AP
Drake.
Rocky's new song.
His new song was
Oh
good.
my
His new
goodness.
single was really
Yeah.
It is.
But
so
the
good.
album's
good. Yeah, I
like
didn't even listen to the album.
exactly. I was disappointed by it. It was not that. It was okay, but it wasn't enough to like really break out from the shadow of those other albums.
Yeah, because
So,
it came out like I think Daytona dropped,
Mhm.
that dropped, and then Scorpion.
yeah,
So he
It-
just picked
it was a
really
bad time, yeah.
yeah.
but you know, yeah. So yeah, we'll say that's the review of the year in music that we've experienced and we were lucky enough to be a part of. So you know, and then of course mid-December, stay tuned. But I will be releasing my album. It's
That's
gonna be
time.
Voices in My Head by Young Sadi. It's going to be available on Apple Music and Spotify, and you'll be able to find a link to it or just like information on it on all of my social media by just searching Young Sadi as YUNGSAADI. But that's how I'm going to close the year of music with my own album. So very excited about that. So,
Actually, I'd like to update my biggest disappointment to.
wow! Get the fuck out of here! Give me that! Fucking. We're through! No post podcast snooking for you, buddy. Alright, so. You blew it.
Series finale now.
Something special at the end is actually sexual. So, here's the deal. It's been a long road. When did we start this?
We started this, I want to say maybe like 6 months ago, maybe?
Damn, half a year of memes and dreams. Which was just a concept. For us, it's just this idea of like.
Yeah, like we just
what
wanted to talk about stuff that we like
Yeah.
we-
Pop culture and
sports,
Tech.
music, like
fucking
video
movies, games, yeah.
yeah.
And like now we're here, 10 episodes later, season finale. We have some people on Facebook that seem to like us, which is really cool. We have some YouTube subscribers, you know. I don't know. It's nice to know that people also feel the same way about things that we do.
Yeah,
Enough to listen to us like bullshit about it for like 45 to an hour.
yeah.
That's pretty cool. What was your favorite thing that we talked about over all 10 episodes?
I think one of my favorite things is when we did the Q&A. Or not Q&A, but Would You Rather?
Oh,
With
would you
Jonathan.
rather? That was dirty.
Yeah.
That was like early on too.
Like some of my coworkers listened to it. And we're like, what the
Yeah,
fuck?
I got some flack from my mom about that. It was very uncomfortable. pretty-
So that was one of my favorite
Pretty fucked up now that I think about it, actually. I was cold-blooded shit.
So yeah, that's definitely one of my like favorite moments.
Yeah.
What about you?
I think one of my favorite moments overall. Damn, what would be?
Wow. Okay.
No, it's just once again a lot of good stuff, a lot of great content on that YouTube channel. Link below. I would say my favorite thing that we talked about, at least one of them, was when we went over. Really, when we covered everything coming out next year.
Like
I really
movies
like
and
talking.
TV shows.
Yeah, because I think that we really found we found a link in like, here's the entertainment we got. And think about this. This is the reason why I'm really excited about it. Is like thinking about all the things that are going to be coming out. We just got the
Avengers.
Yeah, we just got the Avengers Infinity War Endgame trailer, right? And you have Game of Thrones, you have Star Wars, you have everything we talked about that's coming out next year. It's just a hotbed for more memes. There's so much more that's
Go find
to come.
something to meme.
Yeah, so it's going to be like a big year for memes as well. So I like that we went over that, and I like that we kind of look forward, because if we do a season 2, we're going to be hitting that stuff up.
Oh yeah.
And it's going to be fun. We're going to get to talk about a lot of cool stuff. So I think that's got me really excited, and it's one of the things I really like about the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I guess
there's
that's
that. And then
we
the
got-
final thing
yeah.
for before we talk about that, speaking of Avengers, speaking of the trailer, speaking of Marvel,
R.I.P. Stanley.
Stanley. I think Stanley he represents everything that that really serves as social justice. When you think about like all of the heroes he's created and the stand that he took for civil rights, like at the time, like way back when it was like, even it's still an issue, honestly, but like, like back when it was really just, it was like segregation. It was like, I think that was like amazing. And he's done it again with like, making sure you feel like yourself and making sure you feel like you are
the hero.
You're a hero. Yeah, you have the ability to be a hero. So I think one of my favorite, I know hands down, my favorite character that he's created, of course, is Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But more so, it's Peter Parker, because we can relate to Peter as just the misfits, the nerds, the outcasts, and we didn't get bit by like spiders that gave us powers. Still waiting on that, but I think anyone can be, part of the friendly neighborhood that makes a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. And I think that's really the message he was trying to get across. So, I don't know. What do you, like, what are your takeaways from everything he's given us?
Yeah, he, like, inspired a whole generation of kids. Like grew up to, like, go to college, and they brought him to college and made it popular for, like, adults to, like, comments. And like for a favorite superhero, I don't know. It's just so much. I mean, I'd probably have to say Spider-Man also. He's just so relatable.
We grew up with Spider-Man. Yeah. So R.I.P. to Stanley. Yeah.
Much lighter note.
On a lighter note, yeah.
We got an interview coming up.
So stick around here in just a moment. We're going to be interviewing Fabian, also known as FABKZK, FabKZK on Facebook streaming. He is a partnered streamer, and we're going to be talking about the streaming industry, where it was and how it is now, the opportunities for growth and potential career moves. From somebody who's literally switched to doing this for a living.
Yeah.
So it's really exciting. I'm looking forward to you guys seeing it, and it's going to be pretty solid.
Yeah. And make sure to stay for something special at the end this time.
That's right.
For real this time.
I think there is, yeah. So after the interview, we're going to put in something special. I think we're pretty excited about it.
Yeah.
Because it's actually...
It's actually
something special, yeah. So, yeah, definitely stick around. If you have not gotten a chance to by now, then, like, What are you waiting for? Go ahead and follow us, subscribe, like, do all the stuff. We're on YouTube, we're on Twitter, we're on Facebook, we are on Apple Podcasts. So you can listen to us on the Apple Podcast app. You can watch us on YouTube. You can see us be stupid on Facebook. And Twitter's just like rants.
Yeah.
We're gonna start doing Twitter rants. That's our new thing. So yeah, like make sure to check us out because it lets us know that what we're doing is like worthwhile, and you know, it's a good way to just keep us doing what we're doing.
Yeah.
Cool. Alrighty. Well, thank you so much for watching. This has been episode 10, our season finale of season 1, and.
See you next time.
See you next time.
Peace.
Bye. All right, everybody, and we are live here with Facebook streamer Fab, and of course, Jason and Adam. So we're going to go ahead and get into a couple different questions and really just a good conversation on the streaming industry. And, you know, just a couple different aspects about it and a couple different facets that we'll be able to ask Fab directly to really get like a good idea of what the industry is like from the inside. So, Jason, you want to go ahead and kick us off?
Yeah, we're going to start with, like, how did you get started doing this? Like, what made you want to just go live to hundreds of people and play video games?
Well, at first, actually, I found Twitch, which was my first introduction into the streaming in general. And what I found was like there was just people playing games. Like I love playing games, and there were people playing games and people were watching them and interacting. But at first that's not what I used it for. At first I just used it to record the gameplay that I had because I thought I was a professional World of Warcraft player at the time. So I was using it to record myself. And then just upload it so that people could watch. Like I wasn't using it I was kind of using it like YouTube actually, inadvertently because I didn't know what Twitch was at the time. But so yeah, I mean that's what I used it for initially. And then I just started finding that I had 200, 300, sometimes 400 people watching. And this was at the very, very beginning of Twitch. But at the time, like I didn't know what that meant. Like now, having that many people watching you play is a really big deal, and people know that. But back then, when I first went live on there, that wasn't the case. I didn't really know what I stumbled on.
Okay. So was World of Warcraft like the first one you streamed?
It was the first one that I streamed. Yeah, it's the first game I ever went live with, and I streamed it, and I found some success early, obviously, but I didn't know what to do with it. I didn't know how to harness 400 people. I didn't know that you could essentially, monetize that. I didn't know what that meant at the time when it was happening, because I think if I did, things would, my life definitely would have been a lot different if I knew what having that type of audience early on like that meant, or even just getting into Twitch that early. If I would have known what that meant, things would be a little different, I think.
So, were you just doing it for fun? Mm-hmm. Like to start off?
Yeah, I was doing it just for fun.
Like no major plans or nothing.
No, I was like, hey, I'm big shit. Like I'm a really good World of Warcraft player, and like I want people to see me play.
Yeah.
So I initially used it to just record it, and then once I found out that it was like a live thing where people could interact with you, I did that as well. But yeah, that's kind of the whole reason for why I started doing it initially. Not not necessarily for why I'm doing it now. That's a little
so are you just fucking around the whole time?
Yeah. So like the reason, down the line, once I figured out what everything was, my motivation came from a different place.
Mm-hmm. And so if I can hit this one here, because you mentioned that, when we talk about Twitch, I feel like a lot of the recent popularity for people that are not already familiar with the gaming industry on Twitch has come from Fortnite.
Right.
And, different kind of different parts of that, they're all really giving more exposure to Twitch as a platform.
Right.
So what kind of role do you think Fortnite's played in the growth of the streaming industry in general?
Yeah, I think it's been massive. I've never seen a game take over the gaming industry with such force like Fortnite did. everyone knows what Fortnite is.
Yeah.
And I think that it's played the Fortnite itself has played the biggest role in any game ever to like kind of bolster the gaming industry, just in general. But what it's done for like streaming, paired up with Ninja, like what he was able to do, how good he was able to get at the game, and his personality tailors to a lot of people, right? So I think when you couple what Fortnite was able to do and the audience it was able to capture by capitalizing on the Battle Royale game mode, but also the fact that it's free, cross-platform, you can play with literally anybody,
right,
even if they have just a cell phone. Like, plus having someone be as good at it and relatable as Ninja was, I think that was huge, and I've never seen anything like it before.
Cool. Yeah, we talked about it before in like a recent episode. Where we maybe it was a couple episodes back, but we talked about Fortnite and like the effect it had just on like gaming from our perspective.
Right.
But we're like day-to-day casual gamers, so you know we get our asses whipped every time we play. We're garbage at it. I don't have a solo win.
Before, so.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Fab knows that we are garbage. And he's too nice to say anything about it. That's the best part. It's like he'll stay really quiet, but like deep down, he's like, "What the fuck are these guys doing right now?" So yeah, that's.
Yeah, sure, Jason. I'll revive you again.
Okay, man, I got you. Stupid bitch. Do you still have that slurp? You dropped it. You dropped it. Okay, Jason.
Yeah, like, do you think Fortnite has gotten like too big? Like, is like everybody's a Fortnite gamer now? Like,
I think that it has kind of done a disservice to the gaming industry in the sense that it's not really allowing some of these other games that are fantastic games to have any type of exposure because no one cares about anything but Fortnite right now.
Yeah,
right? There's been Red Dead Redemption and Spider-Man and God of War that have come out, and they're phenomenal games. They're fantastic games. And a lot of people probably haven't even touched them yet, or they haven't gotten the exposure that they maybe deserve because everyone just wants to watch Fortnite. Right?
Like, do you feel like when you're playing something else, like, are people saying like, "Yo, man, like, why aren't you on Fortnite?" Or
Absolutely,
like
yeah. That's like probably the biggest struggle that I'm having right now, just in general with streaming, especially streaming on a new platform. Where everyone's a casual, most everybody's pretty casual about their gaming experience. They're not hardcore gamers like you find on Twitch. If I play anything besides Fortnite, the audience is exponentially smaller, and it's a lot more of them asking a lot of questions about the game itself. What is it? What am I doing? And things like that, rather than them just enjoying watching it like they do when I play Fortnite. Yeah. So it's definitely a little bit different, and that's one of the biggest struggles I've seen so far, for sure.
You mentioned platform, and I know that we've talked about this. We've discussed this with you in the past. Pretty much every single time that we talk about your streaming, we talk about this. Right. So let's go ahead and get it here for Memes and Dreams. How has making the switch from Twitch to Facebook affected your gaming career?
I mean, it's changed not just my gaming, it changed my whole life, honestly. Like, I went from working 50 to 60 hours miserable at a job, and now I get to do what I love every single day full time, right? It's changed my life, and I'm incredibly thankful for what Facebook's been able to do for me. As soon as I found out that they were starting Facebook Gaming, they started it in about January of this year. I knew that it was going to be huge with their user base, the way that they're always ahead of everything. They adopt all the right practices. For the most part, from a social media aspect, right? So it's definitely been life changing. But there's no way that I could be where I'm at now without the experience for doing what I'm doing on Twitch, like without gaining that. I think when I'm able to move over to a new platform with all the practice I've already had. And maybe there's a lot of streamers that are starting on Facebook that don't really have that experience, right? And it's able to, giving me a leg up, giving me an edge in this space. Yeah. And I think Facebook's exposure that they have to billions of users has definitely helped, and it's been incredible.
Cool.
Life changing.
I know. I see your whenever I'm checking my feed, I see you pop up. I'm like, oh, Feb is now live, and I'm
Yeah.
like, oh wow, okay. And like I'll put, because like a lot of times I'm on Facebook and I'm just like scrolling through at like a lot of bullshit. And so I'm like, whatever. Like I'm just I'm not like on Facebook to go somewhere.
Right.
You know, I'm not like, oh, I need to go check this post. Doesn't matter to me. So whenever that pops up, I'm like, I got time. So I pop it open, and it's a pretty good time. Throw that out there. Yeah, and it's pretty cool. I really I like how easy it is to get into it.
Right.
And it kicks you off, like it puts you into it, and then it only takes like maybe a second or two for Facebook to be like, oh, let's catch you up to live, and then it takes you right over to like where you're at currently.
Right.
Yeah.
So pretty cool.
What's like the biggest difference you've seen, like from when you first started on Twitch to like now?
Like when I first started way
Overall.
back.
Yeah.
Like how has like the industry changed?
Well, I think, man, it just has so much more. There's so many more eyes on it. You didn't really have to be super cognizant about what you were doing or saying when you were live. Now, like, it's not like that
No,
anymore.
yeah.
Like, there are so many eyes on you. You never know who's watching. Like, there could be, the CEO of Facebook, or you like a couple of my streaming buddies that I play with. Like, they've had like Ludacris and Bow Wow come do their streams,
Hey.
and like there's been big names that pop through in and out of streams. It's on Facebook. It's accessible to everybody.
Yeah.
You never know who's watching. So I think that's probably the biggest thing now. Back from when I was just doing it casually, like I definitely have to be a lot more aware of what I'm doing, what I'm saying, even how I say it sometimes. Like, so.
Calling people nerds.
Yeah, like that's probably that's the extent that I can take
I
it.
think-
Like that's
yeah.
my line, right? Like I can't really, you know what I
That
mean?
blows my mind. Like, because you think about like back in the day, like streaming like Halo and stuff, or not even streaming, just playing online, and like the stuff that like we would say.
Yeah,
Right.
like the chat
Pretty
room.
bad. Yeah.
And even
Pretty rough.
You could go back 2 years and you could be watching a Twitch stream and hear a Twitch streamer saying those same things, because that's just part of the gaming culture,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
do we really mean those things that we're saying?
No.
Probably not, right?
That would be pretty morbid.
Right.
If that was the case.
yeah, absolutely, right? Like
Red flag.
dying of fire. Like
Yeah,
I don't really want that person that was told that to actually
Theoretically
die in the fire.
speaking,
Like,
you
yeah,
know.
you know what I
But
mean?
really, what I'm just saying is, I wish like bad luck on you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I hope you stub your toe.
Yeah,
That's yeah.
yeah. That just has a lot
That's
less
the
effect,
degree.
right?
Yeah.
I wish you stub your toe on a corner bin.
Yeah.
Corner fridge.
I hope you find a ding in your car. Like, that's more. That hurts
yeah,
more
it
because
doesn't-
they're saying they're being for real.
Right. It
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah,
have
yeah.
the same effect. So yeah, it's definitely a lot different. And so it's just hard, tough sometimes to have to be cognizant
Yeah.
24/7, but it's part of what we do, right?
Yeah. And one of the things you just said, like you mentioned, like celebrities are now watching streams. Like one of the biggest moments of this last year was when like Drake played with Ninja. And
Insane.
then, like, it's pretty crazy how it's gotten that popular.
Right.
Like before, it just used to be, you're just playing video games. Like nobody really cared.
Yeah,
Like,
because no one's getting paid for
Right.
it.
Yeah.
It was all competitive, right? It was
Yeah.
all like, oh, going to a gaming like tournament, or like gonna go to like this like expo or something, and then like that's really the big thing around gaming. There's the exposure,
Right.
But I feel like with Twitch now, like Twitch, Facebook streaming, YouTube streaming, even I've seen like people on there, like
Microsoft has their hand in it with Mixer. Like,
Really?
yeah,
I didn't know that.
there's a bunch, man. There's
Okay.
like I think probably your top two right now are for sure Twitch and Mixer. Facebook's coming up real close with Mixer though. It's from a overall hours viewed standpoint.
Yeah.
But Microsoft has their hand in it too, right? Like it's just everyone's there. It's crazy. And then going back to what you guys said about what has Fortnite done, like.
Yeah.
Okay, like Drake's not going to be playing Halo with Ninja, right?
Yeah.
It's Fortnite. It's a phenomenon. Everybody
Yeah.
plays it. But like that's something that Fortnite is what allowed that to happen.
Right.
And that in that one night, like the amount of users Twitch gained was just insane from
Yeah.
like brand new users, because Drake put it on his Twitter,
Yeah.
and that was one of the biggest live streams ever.
Yeah. So, okay, all right. This actually goes into the next thing I want to ask you. Because, yeah, as part of that wave, I'll say it. It's part of the Drake wave and then also the Fab wave. But I went ahead and, like me personally, Young Sadi, I dipped into streaming, and, I do it pretty casually. Really, like, I'm not doing it, like, professionally. I'm not doing it. I'm just, It's fun.
Right.
But that being said, what is some advice that you would have for up and coming players looking to get a monetary return on their streams?
Right. Well, I think that's kind of a loaded question because like if you anybody who goes into streaming with their primary motive being I want to make money doing this, like they're gonna fail. Like they're gonna fail. I have never seen anyone, and I not that I've known, you know, when I've physically talked with them about, hey, what got you into streaming? No one's ever like, oh, because it pays well, right? Like, so I think that's primarily don't have that mindset, right? Going into it saying I'm gonna make money. If you go into it with the mindset that you just want to have a great time because it's you really enjoy it, you like streaming, but secondarily like going into it with the mindset that you want to create a community that's safe for people to come in and have a good time with you and the rest of the people a part of that community, and kind of escape reality for a little bit, right? Whether it's 20 minutes or 30 minutes, like my whole goal is just to make sure that I positively impact, whether it's 100 people watching or 1,000 people watching. Like I want to make a positive impact on those people. So like that was my primary motive when I really figured out what this could do. So like that you know your motives have to be right, honestly, like or it's not gonna work. But from a practical standpoint, I think a couple things would be to choose the right platform. That's the most important piece, right? Like in my personal opinion, starting on Twitch, there's zero room to grow for a new streamer. You have to be super lucky. You got to know the right people, because there are too many people physically streaming and not enough people physically watching those streams to gain any type of traction on there without getting lucky or getting noticed by somebody. So it's very difficult. So choose the right platform. Set a schedule that works for you and stick to that schedule. Whether you're streaming 3 times a week and it's for 2 hours at a time, set that schedule. Tell the people that are watching you when you're going to be live, and then stick with that and don't deviate. Don't deviate from it. Be consistent with it, and just treat every single person, even if it's just one person watching you, like they're the most important person on the whole planet. Because they are. They're your whole audience, whether it's 1 or 50. Like they're the most important people in your life at that time that you're sitting here streaming.
They're spending their time to watch you.
Yeah, whether it's one person, like you find out everything that you can about that person. What do they do for work? Do they have a family? What are their names? Like anything and everything. How was their day? You know, stuff like that. What are their dreams and ambitions? Like they need to be your best friend, whether it's one person or 50. And obviously, it's way easier for me to just sit here and say that than to actually practice it, and also be semi-decent at whatever game you're playing and try and be entertaining. But like that's, in my opinion, that's what it takes.
What do you think like separates you from other streamers? Like from what I've seen, like you have like a pretty good community of followers. Like people know each other in the chat room.
Right.
Like, so what kind of impact like do you think that has in separating yourself from other people?
Well, I think what I said earlier about really creating a welcoming community. Like I really take that to heart. Like we have our communities, the Taco Gang, right?
Taco Gang.
That's
Taco Gang.
Yeah, we talk about that all the time. Welcome to the Taco Gang. People that support the stream monetarily, I welcome them to like the elite level of the Taco Gang, right?
Real quick, while we're on that, the link below, if you're watching the video, there's a link below in our YouTube video that's going to be directly to the merch, the merchandise available for Taco Gang. So please check it out. It's a lot of good stuff in there. What is it, like shirts? We got
shirts, hoodies, mugs. Stickers, like there's cut off, like and pretty much anything you can think of. The only thing that's not in there is hats yet, but for the most part, you got everything.
So check it out below.
Get one.
Yeah, get one now, unless you're a stupid loser, and then if that's the case, don't listen to this podcast anymore. But anyway, you were saying?
I don't remember.
Sorry.
Oh yeah, like
monetizing.
I think that's what separates what I'm doing. Like I really create a special community. I make every single person that's watching or that becomes part of the community feel special, because they are, right? That they're super important to me, especially the ones that are supporting monetarily. Like I can't even imagine. I could never imagine a year ago having 161 people that support me on a monthly basis. So that's insane. And I think like I said, the experience that I gained on Twitch of being able to do that, because I already had a pretty solid community. It was obviously on a much smaller scale, but we had a good community that's very similar to what we have here on Facebook, and I just was able to do that exponentially here because my reach is larger. I think that having the ability to kind of respond to literally every single comment, like I don't miss comments unless there's something really crazy happening in the game at the time that I have to watch it for 5 minutes straight, which happens sometimes. It's very rare. Usually I can literally interact with every single person. I'm decent at the games that I play. Definitely not super good by any means, but I'm decent at the games. And I feel like I'm pretty entertaining. I think that's kind of what separates me from some of the other people that are on just streaming in general, where maybe they're really good at the game. They're really not that like personable or like you can't really relate.
Interactive.
Right, interactive. You can't really relate. Or maybe it's the opposite, right? Like they're a really good personality. They're pretty funny. You like hanging out with them, but like watching them die every 10 seconds, like isn't that cool, right? So I think you have to find a good balance. And I think if you can hit the jackpot and be really, really good at the game, and also have all of the other personable traits, like you're gonna crush it.
Yeah, I do notice that you respond pretty quickly. Like you'll go back and read the comments,
Right?
which is very surprising to me.
If I know I
because,
missed something, like I'm gonna go back.
You skipped
and
over
look.
me a couple times, but I mean, it's okay.
False.
I think it's been like really close. Like I've seen you in a couple Fortnite matches where like it's like super close and like it's really getting down to the wire. The circles are getting super small, and then you're just like, we went out to dinner last night. Yeah, it was super fun. And like in the middle of it, I'm on the edge of my seat, but I'm like, how's he responding to a comment right now? And who would ask him what he did last night while he's trying to win?
My last question is, I don't know about you, but as a kid, my parents always told me I wasn't going to make any money playing video games. So how does that feel to like live out kids' dreams?
Pretty much.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Like I at least once every time I visit my parents, like they bring it up, like, well, I guess all that stuff we told you about not playing your video games because you're wasting your time. I guess you told us. I guess you showed us.
Like
right?
I wish I could throw it in my parents' face.
And I'm like, yeah, absolutely. Like that feels great. Right?
Ever heard of Taco Gang?
But they've been super supportive. Now, like it took a while for my mom to get on board. She thought I was nuts leaving my job. Like obviously I got a family, like I got 2 kids, I'm married, this house, right? So it's like it was definitely a big leap, and it was scary, and it took a while for my mom to get on board, but my dad has been supportive since day one. Sometimes they even watch the stream, but I've been playing video games since I was like 4 years old. Like it's just something that I've always done, and the fact that I get to do that now, do what I love, and have a positive impact on hundreds and thousands of people sometimes, right? Man, it's the best feeling. It's incredible.
That's awesome.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, that's gonna do it for us.
Yeah, thanks for joining us, dude.
Yeah, for sure,
thank
man.
you
It's
so
been a lot of
much
fun.
for
How was it
hanging
as
out.
your first podcast?
Yeah, it was cool. Like I said, I was a little nervous when you guys asked me, but it's this has been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And if you guys want to catch Fab live, we're going to link his Facebook link below. But on Facebook, they can search.
Yeah, it's pretty easy. If you search in the search box FABKZK, it'll pull it up, and you can follow me on there. I also obviously have Twitter and Instagram. Everything's the same, so you guys can check me out there. I hope to see you guys in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And one last time, that's FABKZK. Same person we've shouted out in previous episodes of Memes and Dreams. But yeah, it is a fun time, and it's definitely worth a click.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And go support.
All right, well, we'll see you guys next time on
Memes and Dreams.
Memes and Dreams, yeah. So we'll see about season 2. But yeah, this is the season finale. So thank you so much for watching for 10 episodes, and just stay posted on all of our social media for any updates. Thanks, guys.
Later.
Bye.